to the first lesson, first part of this 100 dresses. The first part we had gone, and there we had seen Wanda, Peggy and Madeline, isn't it? So Wanda belongs from a slum area, but she's a Jewish, had come and joined in the American school where Peggy and Madeline are. Peggy, as far as Madeline is concerned, Peggy is rich, wealthy girl having a variety of colorful dresses, isn't it? And Wanda, she used to come in the school wearing only one set pair of dress, that is the faded blue in color. But Madeline was also poor, but because she is the dearest friend of Peggy, she was not being made fun with, isn't it? But all the time Peggy was after Wanda for making fun of her, isn't it? So that is what we have seen in the first part. And the competition was held, and in that competition, drawing competition, who had won the prize? Yes, Wanda had won the prize. How did she won the prize? She had drawn 100 dresses, 100 designs of dresses, 100 designs of dresses. So in that competition, she had won. All were of variety colors and variety style and shapes, isn't it? So it was a great contest, and everyone believed that Peggy is going to win. But finally, when the result came, who had won? Wanda had won the result. Now we will see, and for that whole week she was not absent in the class. Now we will see what is the reason behind it. Okay, now you got the idea of the first part. Now the second part, the 100 dresses too. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. She is the class teacher or the principal of the school, and she had made all the students to get inside and look through all the designs Wanda had made. That means the whole room was being collected only by whose drawings? Wanda. So by the time when all were there, a letter was brought to the principal from the principal office. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. First she went through the letter and she understood what is the letter. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to the seat. So she is a class teacher. She made every student to sit because she wanted to read the content of that letter. Attention class, everyone back to the seat. That means all come and sit in your place. With the stopping of the feet had stopped and the rooms were still and quiet. So when Miss Mason had shouted and said, "Attention, all come back to your place," there was a pin drop silence. All became very quiet. Miss Mason said, "I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read you." So that letter or the note which had been brought from the principal office handed over to Miss Mason, and it was whose letter? It was Wanda's father's letter. Wanda's father's letter. It was a letter from Wanda's father. Miss Mason stood there a moment and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. So all were in great tense, did not know what is the letter. So we also will be like, if a note is coming from the principal office to the teacher and the teacher is asking you all be quiet, I am going to read, everyone will have that tension to know what it is, isn't it? Similarly, all the students also stopped talking and they were very quiet to know what is the content of the letter. The teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. Her manner indicated that what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened carefully as Miss Marston read the brave note. So it was only a small letter, not a very big letter. It was a small note and it is having a very important content. Understood? Now we will see what is the letter. Dear teacher, so only this much, only a small letter of 3 sentences. My Wanda will not come to your school anymore. anymore Jack also. Now we move away to big city. No more Hoiler, polite. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petrosky. So Jan Petrosky is the father of Wanda. Jan Petrosky. So it was his letter written to the teacher of her class. And what was the letter? Saying that Miss Wanda will not come to your school anymore. She had stopped studying in your school. Jack also, her brother also had stopped. Now we move away to a big city. So from now here we are going far away to a big city. No more holokopolok. Holokopolok means no more making fun of her. No more making fun of her. No more ask why funny names, and nobody is there to ask why your name Petrosky is given. So here also they used to say that her name Wanda Petrosky, her name is different from other names what are being common in that school, isn't it? So hers is something different. So even in her name also they found a difference. So the father is in the letter. It is said we are going far away to a big city where nobody will make fun of my children. Even they don't ask about the funny name Petrosky. Plenty of fun names in a big city. So in this that means like this many funny names will be there in the place where we are going. Yours truly here. So only these 3 sentences was written in the letter. What are the 3 sentences written in the letter? Saying that anymore Jack and Wanda is no more coming in the school, and they are going to a big city where nobody is there to make fun of them, especially about their names. So in the big city there will be many funny names like Petrosky. Understood? A deep silence made the reading of the letter. So madam was reading the letter and there was a pin drop silence in the class. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. So teacher also felt very sad when she read the letter. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feeling because he saw her name happen to be a long, unfamiliar one. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. And I want you all to think about. So the teacher is asking the students of room 13 to think about the content of the letter. Understood? So what is saying? I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feeling because he saw her name happen to be long, unfamiliar one. So hereafter, no student, no boys as well as girls will try to hurt anybody in the name of their name. Here Wanda was purposely and deliberately made fun because she was having the name Petrosky. So it feels a little different from the other common names. So children started laughing at her name. So saying that, so now the teacher is saying no more students from room 13 will make such a hurt to anybody else. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtfulness. So already what you have said, it is of thoughtlessness. That means without thinking you have done that. Thoughtlessness means without thinking. I know that all of you feel the way I do. This is a very unfortunate thing to have happened. That means it is a great unfortunate thing which had already happened. Unfortunate and sad. So nobody should do like that. Hereafter, no student should hurt anybody in the name of their name. and I want you all to think about it. So all have to think about it. How much you had pained, how much you have made sad who Wanda Petrovsky. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind in the work. So which are the two girls? Maggie and Maddie. So they both are not now. Maddie, especially Maddie, was not able to put her mind in the studies. Why? Because her thought had gone to whom? To Wanda. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. That means her body started paining. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. So main thing is Maddie is saying that why did Peggy ask her how many dresses she had in her closet? Why? But that has made Maddie also pain in her heart. Why? Because they all know only with a single dress she is coming in the school, and that single dress is color is also faded. Still, after all, knowing Peggy was asking her how many dresses are there in her closet. Understood? So that Maddie also felt. Why did Maddie feel so? Maddie also was poor, but she is having dresses from whom? From those people who had handed over to her. That is why she is having more than one dress. If those people are not had not given her any dress, what would have happened? She also will be equal to whom? Wanda, isn't it? That is why Maddie felt so much bad about asking her dress. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy has done. But she was not able to correct or not able to ask Peggy, why did you ask? Why? Because Peggy and Madeline are great friends. So she thought if she asked, that will make her lose her friendship. She was a coward. A coward means likely to encourage. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean by she. Maddie had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Wanda's shoes. That means Wanda's shoes means she also will have the same effect if she asks her or if she questions Peggy. So if she questions Peggy, she also will be laughed at by others, Peggy and the others. Understood? Because she is also of the same equal to whom? Wanda. She also is poor, but only thing is she is not coming from the Bougain Heights. Goodness was in that everybody, anything she could do. If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. So who was not able to concentrate in the class? Maddie was not able to concentrate in the class. Why? Because she had felt very bad at what she had done to Wanda. Then in between she looked at Peggy, but she had no change in her. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, said Maddie had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petrovsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and her dresses were beautiful. So Maddie wanted to go and find where Wanda is, because she knows that Wanda must have not left the place, she is still there. So she thought that with the help of Peggy, they will go, and Peggy also will go along with her to the Bougain Heights to see Wanda. And the next thing is, they wanted to say that Wanda had won in the drawing contest, drawing the 100 dresses. When school was dismissed in the afternoon, Peggy said with a pretended cautiousness, "Hey, let us go and see if that kid has left town or not." So Peggy, in the afternoon after the class, she said, "Okay, now we will go and see whether that a kid has left town or whether they had gone from here or not? Who is the she? Wanda. So Peggy had the same idea. Peggy also was, Maddie was having the same idea. Peggy also was having the same idea. Maddie glowed. Peggy was really at right. So Maddie glowed means she became happy. So because Peggy, what Maggie had thought, now Peggy had said, going to see Wanda. The two girls hurried out of the building up the street towards Boggin Heights. They started going to the Boggin Heights, part of the town that wore such a forbidding air on this kind of a November afternoon, drizzly, damp and dismal. So it was the season of November, so everywhere it was wet and damp. And in that Boggin Heights, it is not easy for anybody from outside to walk through. Well, at least, said Peggy gruffly, I never did call her a foreigner or make fun of her name. I never thought she had the sense to know we were making fun of her anything. I thought she was too dumb, and look how she can draw. So saying that all the time, I think that she had never understood that we were making fun of her. But in the competition, what she has done, she had drawn that 100 designed dresses. Maddie could say nothing. All she hoped was that they could find Wanda. So Maddie was feeling more sad than Peggy. The only thing she wanted to see Wanda. She wanted to tell her that they were sorry they had picked on her and how wonderful the whole school thought she was and praised not to move away and everybody would be nice. So Maddie thought that they will go and see her and say that everybody in the school liked her. Hereafter they are not going to hurt her and let her continue in the school. So she and Peggy would fight anybody who were not nice, and it said that if anybody is not behaving in the proper way, who will talk for them? Peggy and Maddie. That means thereafter no more laughing, making fun like this. The two girls hurried on. They started going. They hoped to get to the top of the hill before dark. I think that is where the Petrovskis live, said Maddie, pointing to a little white house. A whisper of old grass stuck up here and there along the pathway like thin kittens. Whisper means straw. It is made of straw. The roof of the house is made of straw and old grass. The house and its pots means the surrounding area. Looked shabby but clean. So it is shabby means dirty, but it is clean also. At the same time, it is clean. It reminded Maddie of Wanda's one dress, her faded blue cotton dress, shabby but clean. So that surrounding her house, though the whole area is damp, wet and dirt is there, but the area where the house is there is very clean. So it is compared to the dress. Though it is a faded blue color and it is not ironed all the days, but still it is clean. Understood? The two girls, there was not a sign of life about the house. So when they went near the house, no sign, no sound, nothing was there. Peggy knocked firmly on the door, but there was no answer. She knocked at the door and no answer came. She and Maddie went around to the backyard and knocked there. Still there was no answer. So they went around the house and looked, but they could not find anybody. There was no doubt about it. The Petrovskis were gone. How could they ever make amends? Amends means sorry. So how could that means now at the last moment thought that they had gone from the place. So now they are not able to see them and say sorry for them. They turned slowly and made their way back down the hill. So after finding out there was nobody, they started coming down. Well, anyway, said Peggy, she has gone now. So what can we do? Besides, when I was asking her about all the dresses, she probably was getting good ideas for her drawing. She might not even have won the contest otherwise. That means when the children were asking her about the dresses, all of a sudden she had said, I had 100 dresses in my wardrobe, isn't it? So, thinking that from that day onwards, she must be making in her mind the designs of that 100 dresses. That is why she had displayed them in the drawing contest. Maddie turned his idea carefully over it in her head for it to her. If there were anything in it, she would not have to feel so badly. But that night she could not go to sleep. She thought about Wanda and her faded blue dress and the little house she had lived in. And she thought of the glowing picture those 100 dresses made, all lined up in the classroom. At last Maddie sat up in bed and pressed her forehead tight in her hands and really thought this was the hardest thing she had ever done. So which is the hardest thing ever she had done? Going up to the Wanda's house, but did not find Wanda and her family there. Came down and she was thinking that though she was wearing only one blue faded dress, she had that idea in her mind to make that 100 designed, colorful variety of dresses. And that did not made her sleep also. After a long time she reached an important conclusion. She was never going to stand up and say nothing again. If she ever heard anybody picking on someone because they were funny looking or because they had strange names, she could speak up. Even if it meant losing Peggy's friendship. She had no way of making things right with Wanda. But from now on she would never make anybody else that unhappy again. So she had made in her mind a conclusion. What that hereafter, if anybody speak against anybody or if anybody make fun of their names, she will speak to them. She will speak to them. Even though if Peggy starts saying or making fun with others, she will start talking to Peggy against Elliot. Let her friendship break. Then also she is not minded. The only thing is she wanted to talk against those who talk of their anybody's name or make fun of anybody. Understood? She started to become a new girl. On Saturday, Maddie spent the afternoon with Peggy. They were writing a letter to Wanda Petronsky. It was just a friendly letter telling about the contest and telling Wanda she had won. They told her how pretty her drawings were. So they started writing the letter describing about her dresses, what she had displayed. And they asked her if she liked where she was living and if she liked her new teacher, and asked her about the messages that which school she had joined and how is her new school and the teacher. They had meant to say they were sorry and they wanted to say sorry to her. But it ended up with they just writing a friendly letter, the kind they would have written any good friend, and they signed it with lots of extra love. They mailed the letter to Bobbin Heights, writing please forward on the envelope, and they sent the letter to the Bobbin Heights. Days passed and there was no answer, but the letter did not come back, so maybe Wanda had received it. Perhaps she was so hurt and angry she was not going to answer. You could not blame her. So many days went and the letter had no reply and no answer came, and they thought that who was angry with them? Wanda was angry with them. Weeks went by and still Wanda did not answer. Peggy had begun to forget the whole business. Now slowly from their mind, the story of Wanda was going out. And Maddie put herself to sleep at night, making speechless about Wanda, defending her from great crowds of girls who were trying to tease her with how many dresses have we got. And before Wanda could press her lips together in a tight line, the way she did, but before answering, Maddie could cry out stop. Then everybody would feel ashamed the way she used to feel. So thereafter, when anybody start using words which are against their name or used to tease them, who started to shout, Maddie started to shout and say to stop them. Understood? Now it was Christmas time and there was snow on the ground. Christmas bells and a small tree decorated the classroom. Now the Christmas time, they decorated the classroom. On the last day of the school before the holidays, the teacher showed the class a letter she had received that morning. So again, she had brought the letter which she had received that particular morning on the Christmas. You remember Wanda Petrosky, the gifted little artist who won the drawing contest here. She has written me and I am glad to know where she lives because now I can send her medal. I want to read her letter to you. So now after the contest she had not come to the school. So now that medal has to be given to her. So now teacher understood her address and she said now she is able to give the medal for her contest. And along with that, a letter also was there. The class sat up with a sudden interest and listened intently. So again, the class was quiet and they wanted to know what is the content. Dear Miss Mason, how are you at room 13? Please tell the girls that they can keep those 100 dresses because in my new house I have 100 new ones all lined up in my closet. I could like that girl Peggy to have the drawing of the train dress with the red trimming and your friend Maddie to have the blue one. For Christmas I miss the school and my new teacher does not recognize with you. Merry Christmas to you and everybody. So what was the letter? Saying that the new teacher cannot be compared to Miss Mason. Isn't it? So who is good? Miss Mason is far better than whom? The other new teacher. And also she had among the drawing she said let it 100 with the trimmings for Peggy and a blue one for Maddie. On their way home from school, Maddie and Peggy held their drawings very carefully. So from the drawings, Peggy has given one and Maggie was given one and said that she loved them both. All houses had rats and holies in the windows, so because it is a Christmas celebration. Outside the grocery store, hundreds of Christmas trees were stacked and in the window, candy, peppermint sticks and cornucopus of semi-transparent paper were strung. All decorative containers are being hanging on the shops. The air smelled like Christmas and light shining everywhere reflected different colors of the snow. Boy, said Peggy, this shows she really likes us. It shows she got our letter and this is her way of saying that everything is alright. That is so she had said that she had received a letter and this is her reply. Because she had received the letter, she had given them the dresses, this is drawing of the dresses. I hope so, said Maddie sadly. She felt sad because she knew she would never see the little tight-lipped polished girl again. Could not ever really make things right between them. So now Peggy and Maddie was happy because they thought they will not have any contact with Peggy hereafter and she is having that anger with them. So now coming of the letter had made them understand that Peggy and Wanda had no anger with them, with those two girls. She went home and she pinned the drawing over a torn place in the pink flower wallpaper in the bedroom. She put it on the wall. The shabby room came alive from the brilliance of the color. So in that room, it gave a new brightness for that. Maddie sat down on the bed and looked at the drawing. She had stood by and said nothing. But Wanda had been nice to her anyway. Tears burdened her eyes and she gazed for a long time at the picture. Lastly, she rubbed her eyes and studied it intently. The colors in the dress were so vivid. Vivid means various. And she had scarcely noticed the face and head of the drawing. But it looked like Maddie. It really looked like her own mom. Why it really looked like her own self and had really drawn this for her. Exactly, she ran over to Peggy. Peg, she said, let me see your picture. What is the matter? As they tackled up to the room where Peggy and Wanda's drawing were lying face down on the bed, Maddie carefully raised it. Look, she drew you, that is you. She exclaimed, and the head and face of the picture did look like. So, when they looked at the picture of both, they saw it was the face of Peggy and the face of Maddie. What did I say, said Peggy. She must have really liked us. Yes, she must have, agreed Maddie, and she blinked away the tears that came every time she thought of Wanda, standing alone in that sunny spot in the schoolyard, looking solitary over all the group of laughing girls after she had walked out, after she had said, sure, 100 of them all lined up. So still, that sentence, that words which had been said by Wanda in front of all the laughing girls, when Peggy had asked how many dresses have you in your closet, in front of the whole group, she had said, I had 100 dresses. So now Peggy and Maddie is remembering her in the middle of those laughing students. Understood? Okay, so now we come to the end of the lessons. So the answers of these lessons will be sent to you, and before that on Wednesday it is asked to send your books to the school, isn't it? So in between I had given you the assignments also, which you have to send along with your notebook. So on Wednesday when the notebook comes, the assignment also should come to you. Okay, thank you.